Hello, my name is Kelsey McSwain. I am the Database and Donor Engagement Assistant for CFGG. In this video, I'm going to show you around the new donor portal called MyFund. I'm going to show you how to activate and set up your account, how to log in, how to create grant requests, as well as how to view files, statements, and your gift giving history through MyFund. Let's get started. So you will receive an activation email asking you to create a password for your MyFund account. It will come from this email address up here highlighted in yellow. I recommend saving that email address to your contacts. That way your emails from that address and from your MyFund account do not go into your spam folder in the future. We have gotten some feedback that because of the nature of that email address that it will go to your spam. So just go ahead and look in your spam folder if you have not received your activation email yet. It might be hiding from you there. If you look there and you also still do not have your activation email, then please contact myself or anybody from the Development and Donor Engagement team here at CFGG, and we can help get you your activation email. I will list my contact information as well as the DADE team contact information at the end of the video, and you can also access it on the CFGG website. So in this email, you will get a unique link, kind of like this one here highlighted in green. And this link, it does expire after 30 days. So if you have gotten your activation email over 30 days ago, that's okay. Just contact us at CFGG and we can send you another login email. Before we move forward with how to create that password after you click on that link, this blue link down here, that one is the link that will take you to the page that you would save or bookmark to access your MyFund account in the future. Now I'll talk about another way to access it in a moment. So let's say you have clicked on this green link here, your unique link to create your password. It will take you to a page that looks like this. And you will notice that your login username is your email address. This is likely different from what your username and login information has been before because this is a whole new donor portal system. So we're creating a new login and password. Your login will always be your email, and you will create and set up your own password here. After you type in and confirm the password, you scroll down and hit save. After that, it will take you to your new account. Before that, I want to also just make sure that you know another way to access your fund is through the CFGG website. I believe that you have been able to access your donor portal this way in the past, so this is not something that has changed, and you can still click on Access My Fund, and it will take you to MyFund. Moving forward, before we get to notes and tips, I'm going to show you around the donor portal. So this is what it will look like after you've created your password. It will look something like this. And you'll see these lovely tabs here up at the top that allow you to complete different actions and view different information. And I'll walk you through each one. But on the home page, you'll see some important summary information of your fund. So the date that it was created, your current balance, the available cash, the total contributions that have been made to the fund, the total grants, as well as fund advisors. And we really like that the fund advisors are shown here. But I will add that successor fund advisors will not be listed here because they are not at this point in time able to make grants from the fund. So keep that in mind. Scrolling down further, we have some really nice pie charts and graphs that show summaries of our fund and how it has been engaged in over time. So you can see top 10 contributors. You can that's nicely organized in the pie chart here, as well as on this graph to see it over time. And you can filter by year by clicking on the different years. Same with the grantees and the top 10, and you can also toggle between the years to see how your engagement with your fund has changed over time. It's really nifty. Back up to the top, I'm going to show you contributions. This is just more detailed information of the contributions to your fund. So you can see the date, who contributed, the type, and the amount. I want to point out that you can sort this information by clicking on these headings up here. So if you wanted to have it sorted instead of least to greatest on the amount or greatest to least, you can just click on that. You can click on the contributors and it will organize it that way. So there's lots of different ways that you can view this data. And you can also export it if you would like by clicking here, and it will take you to a spreadsheet just like that. Nice and easy peasy. Right, going back to our page. So I'm going to show you grants next, and the grants tab shows you more detail of the grants that you have made from your fund. So this summary up here is nice to see, just kind of like an overview. And you can see again that you can filter different ways in by clicking on these headings here. So it's not shown here, but let's say I made several different grants from Greyhound Friends. I could see that number here, and that would show me how many grants have been made to Greyhound Friends of North Carolina. So it's just like a nice little overview to see. And then scrolling down further, there's more detailed information. Recurring grants shows here as well. And the more detailed one-by-one grants are shown at the bottom here. One really neat feature is that, let's say you want to make this same grant again. You want to duplicate it, and you want to give 800 to Greyhound Friends again. All you would have to do is hit copy over here, and it will automatically fill out a grant request for the same thing. So that's a nice way to save some time, and it's just like real quick and easy for you. So that leads me to creating a grant request, probably the most important tab. So there's lots of different options here that I think make it really user-friendly for you to create a grant request. Up here, you see that there are options for you to click a drop-down to select grantees that you have given to in the past. Foundation funds that you have given to in the past are also here, and other foundation funds also listed. You can search for other grantees as well. So let's say that what you're looking for has not shown up here in these drop downs. You can search for it. So let's say I want to find Second Harvest. I could just type in Second Harvest, and it will take me to all of the other grantees that have been made or that are listed for what the Community Foundation has given to in the past. So I could, let's say, select the Winston-Salem one and hit Create Request. All right, I'm going to go back just to show you the other options. Scrolling down, if you still don't see what you need, you can also enter grantee information manually down here. Give us this information, and we can do that. So I'm going to show you just as an example sake. I'm going to say I want to make a grant to Greensboro Urban Ministry. I could type in a description here of what it is for, put in an amount, and anonymous is an option here. In the future, we will have more detailed check boxes for, like, if you want the fund to be anonymous or the individual name. Those will be options in the future. Here you can select for it to be a recurring donation. So you could select the date, when you want it to start, how often you want it, if you want it to be in intervals, or a number of recurring. That is all there for you to enter for your preferences. There is a space here for if you want to put an attachment. And this last box here is really important. If you would like for any specific anonymous or acknowledgement preferences, please put them here in this text box. Otherwise, you could hit review, ensure everything is correct, and then you would hit submit request. That's easy peasy for making a grant request. All right, other tabs up here at the top, statements and files. You may not have these particular options at this point in time. We're working towards getting statements up for you, but in the future, this is where you could very easily find your statements. You would just hit view, and it would take you to a PDF document. Under files, again, we don't have this up and going quite yet, but we're working on uploading our fund agreements to the files tab. The last tab that I want to point out is the donate tab. So this is where you would go if you would like to give something other than making a grant from your donor advised fund. So if you would scroll down and see these options, you could just hit donate. This would be, again, not from your donor advised fund, but from your own personal funds. If you scroll and you see your fund listed, don't be alarmed. The whole public does not see that. It's just there because you're logged in under your My Fund account. So don't be alarmed that way about that. So I hope that this has been a helpful video tour of the My Fund donor portal. I want to show you here some quick notes and tips. If you want to pause the video or screenshot, these are just some quick little things from the that I've talked about throughout the video that you might want to keep in mind and make note of. And lastly, I have our development and donor engagement team contact information listed here if you want to pause or screenshot. And again, if you have any problems or run into any issues, contact any of us and we'd be happy to help. Thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoy your new donor portal experience.